All right, so we're going to rewrite each of the inequalities in slope-intercept form. Okay, so we're going to start by just writing it out. X minus 2y is greater than 5. Now, when we write in slope-intercept form, one thing we want to remember is that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, meaning that notice that the y is isolated on its own side of the equal sign. So in order to do that, we are going to try to get y by itself. We're going to look for any term that we can get rid of off of that y. And the first thing you're going to notice is that there is an x right here. And we need to get rid of that x. So in order to get rid of that x, we are going to get rid of that positive x with a negative x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract that x over. And what I do to one side of the equation, we're going to do to the other side. Okay, and x minus x is 0. We get negative 2y is greater than 5 minus x. And one thing I want you to identify right now is that the inequality has stayed the same. But that is getting ready to change. Okay, and the reason why it's getting ready to change is because we are dividing by a negative. So if we divide or multiply by a negative, we are going to flip the inequality. Okay, and you'll see that we have a negative 2 times y, and we're going to get rid of that negative 2 by dividing by negative 2. And what we do to one side of the equation, we're going to do to everything on the other side of the equation. And so what we do is we get negative 2 divided by negative 2. This is 1. Y comes out. And what we are going to do now is we are going to take this inequality and we are going to flip the inequality because we divided by a negative. And then after we do that, once we flip that inequality, we just keep writing it out. So we're just going to write negative 5 over 2. And negative divided by a negative is a positive x over 2. Now, one thing that you may want to do is write it in form mx plus b, so the x is first. And if we do that, we just simply change the organization of it by saying y is less than x over 2 minus 5 over 2. Notice that this was negative, so it just stayed as a negative, and I just moved the x over 2 to the front. And we've changed it to slope-intercept form with the inequality. Now, if we go to the next problem, I'll go ahead and do the second problem that is on there in an example. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so I'm going to take 2x minus 4y is greater than or equal to negative 8. And the exact same thing. I'm going to move the term that is 2x, meaning I'm going to subtract that 2x over. Okay, and notice once again, I make sure that I line that negative 2x up away from that negative 8 so I don't accidentally combine them. I'm going to bring down the negative 4y is greater than or equal to negative 8 minus 2x. And notice at this point, the inequality has stayed the same. However, we are going to be getting rid of that negative 4, and we get rid of that negative 4, we're dividing by a negative, and we're going to do that to everything on the other side. And because we are doing this, because we are dividing, we have to remember to flip inequality. And it's not because we're dividing, it's because we are dividing by a negative. If it was positive, it would stay exactly the same. So once we have that, negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1, y comes out. We are going to flip, meaning it is going to turn the other direction. And then we continue doing our normal math. Negative 8 divided by negative 4, which is 2 negatives make it positive. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 negatives make a positive. 2 divided by 4 is 1/2, so positive 1/2 x. And if we want to change it to where it is y equals mx plus b, meaning the x is first and then the y-intercept is last, we can keep it that way, and we just put the 1/2 x, which would be here, and then we just move that there plus 2. And we can do it that way, flip it around to mx plus b if we need to.